Have you ever felt like you were drowning? Not in water perhaps, but in sorrow, in problems. Life can feel that way sometimes. The waves of trouble crash over you. You gasp for air, for hope, for relief. It feels like you are sinking fast. This is a cry from deep within. Psalm 69 begins with such a cry, a raw, honest plea for help. "Save me, O God," the psalmist David writes, "for the waters have come up to my neck." Imagine that feeling, utterly overwhelming. He is not pretending to be strong, he is admitting his desperate need, a need we all sometimes feel. This ancient song speaks to us today. It echoes in our own hearts, when worries flood our minds, when loneliness fills our quiet rooms, when the path ahead seems dark, uncertain. We understand this cry for rescue. It is the human heart reaching out, reaching for something, someone bigger. God is not afraid of your honesty. He welcomes your most desperate prayers. David paints a vivid picture. He is sinking in a deep mire. There is no solid ground beneath him. The mud pulls him down relentlessly. He is in deep waters now. The flood engulfs him completely. This is not a small problem. It is a life-threatening crisis. Think of the things that feel like mire, debt that seems impossible to escape, grief that clings to your soul, relationships that are broken, painful, addictions that hold you captive. These are the deep mires of life. They try to suck the hope from you, leaving you feeling stuck and helpless. David felt the sting of enemies, people who hated him without cause. Their words were like sharp arrows. Their actions sought to destroy him. He was misunderstood, falsely accused. This added to his heavy burden. The pain of betrayal can cut deeply. It can make the waters feel colder. His emotional pain was immense. He lays it all bare before God. The waters were not just external, they represented an inner turmoil too. Shame and disgrace covered his face. He felt like an alien to his family. His brothers did not recognize him. This isolation was a heavy weight, a burden almost too much to bear. Loneliness can be a deep, dark flood. He carried the reproaches of others. Those who scorned God scorned him too. His devotion made him a target. He was a song for the drunkards, a topic of idle, cruel gossip. Imagine the constant wearing pressure. It takes courage to stand for faith, especially when you stand nearly alone. Sometimes our deepest pains are unseen. The world sees a smile, perhaps, but inside, the waters are rising. Anxiety churns like a stormy sea. Depression can feel like a deep pit. These are the hidden battles we fight. David understood this hidden suffering. He knew the weight of a troubled heart. His plea was for more than survival. He was crying out for God's presence. But even in the deepest mire, even when the flood swept over him, David did something remarkable. He prayed. He kept on praying. His voice may have been hoarse, his heart may have been aching, but he did not stop calling out. He directed his words to God. "But as for me, my prayer is to you, Lord." What a powerful statement of intent. Despite everything, he turned to God. He chose faith over despair. He chose to speak, not to be silent. This is a crucial turning point. In the middle of your storm, pray. Let your voice rise above the waves. He prayed for God's favor, for God's great love to answer him. He knew God was merciful. He appealed to God's character. This wasn't a demand but a plea, a humble request from a hurting child. He trusted in God's unfailing kindness. Prayer connects you to the source of strength. It reminds you that you are not alone. It shifts your focus from the problem. Section 5. Holding on, the unshakable grip of faith. David's faith was not a fragile thing. It was tested, stretched, and battered, yet it did not break under pressure. He clung to God like a drowning man clinging to a sturdy, reliable raft. This faith was his anchor in the storm. It kept him from being swept away. His hope was fixed on the Almighty. He remembered God's past faithfulness. This is so important for us too. Look back at how God has helped. He has brought you through before. He will do it again, believe it. Past victories fuel present courage. They remind us of God's power and his unwavering love for his children. Even when enemies multiplied, even when his strength was failing, David declared his trust in God. He knew God saw his plight. He believed God cared for him. This belief was a shield against despair. It was a light in his darkness. Faith sees beyond the immediate trouble. This steadfastness is inspiring. It shows us the power of belief, a faith rooted in relationship. Section 6. The Sacred Pause. Waiting on God's perfect timing. David pleaded for quick deliverance. "Answer me quickly," he cried out. This is a natural human response. When we are in pain, we want it to end. We want relief now, not later. Patience is hard when you are suffering. The waiting can feel like an eternity. We long for an immediate rescue, yet intertwined with his pleas, there is an understanding of God's timing. He prayed for God to act in an acceptable time. He knew God's ways are not our ways. God's timing is always perfect. Even when it feels painfully slow, there is a purpose in the waiting. A purpose we may not see yet. Waiting is not passive inactivity. It is an active state of trust. It is choosing to believe God is working behind the scenes for your good. It is holding on to hope steadfastly. This period of waiting can be refining. It can deepen our dependence on God. Section 7. Your own waiting room. Finding strength in the stillness. Think about your own waiting rooms. Those times when answers seem delayed. When prayers feel unheard for a while. When the silence from heaven is deafening. These are the moments that test us. They can either break us or build us. The choice, dear friend, is often ours. How will you respond in your waiting? David used his waiting time to pray. He used it to praise, even in pain. He resolved to magnify God with thanksgiving. This is a profound lesson for us. Even in the waiting, find a reason to praise. Gratitude shifts your perspective powerfully. It lifts your eyes from the mire and focuses them on the Maker. The stillness of waiting can be a gift, a chance to hear God's gentle whisper. In the rush of life, we miss it. But in the quiet, his voice becomes clearer. He may not remove the problem instantly, but he will give you strength to endure. He will fill you with his peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding. So, do not despise the waiting times. Embrace them as opportunities for growth. Section 8. Ancient Words, Modern Hearts, Psalm 69 in your life. This psalm is not just history, it is not just David's story. It is your story too in many ways. The feelings are universal, timeless. The despair, the plea, the flicker of hope. We all face our own kinds of floods, our own deep mires that threaten us, our own enemies seen or unseen. Perhaps you feel overwhelmed right now, like the waters are up to your neck. You look around and see no escape. The weight on your shoulders is heavy. You wonder if anyone truly understands, if anyone truly deeply cares. Psalm 69 says, yes, someone does. God understands, God cares deeply. The beauty of Scripture is its relevance. Words written thousands of years ago can speak directly into your situation today. They offer comfort, guidance, and hope. David's prayers can become your prayers. His expressions of faith can inspire yours. You are part of a long line of believers who have found strength in God's Word. So, when you feel lost in the struggle, when your heart is heavy with sorrow. Section 9. The lifeline of prayer, reaching for divine help today. Prayer was David's lifeline truly. In the midst of his deepest distress, he did not turn inward to his despair, he turned upward to his God. This is the most crucial action. When you feel like you are sinking, reach out, reach up, pray. It is your connection to divine help. You don't need fancy words. You don't need a perfect posture. God listens to the cry of your heart. The broken, whispered plea is heard. The silent tears are understood by him. Just be honest. Be real. Be you. Tell him exactly how you feel. Pour out your troubles before him. Prayer is more than just asking. It is also listening. It is communing. It is building that relationship with God. It is acknowledging his sovereignty, his power, his love, his mercy. When you pray, you invite God into your mess, into your pain, and he always comes, always. So make prayer your first response. Not your last resort, but your first. When trouble comes knocking at your door, before you panic, before you worry excessively. Section 10. Dawn after darkness, the unfailing promise of peace. David's psalm does not end in despair. Though it starts in deep darkness, it moves towards a glimmer of hope. It moves towards ultimate praise. He expresses confidence in God's deliverance. He knows God will save Zion. He knows the righteous will inherit the land. This is the trajectory of faith. Your current struggle is not the end. The darkness you feel will not last forever. God's love is like the dawn. It will break through, chasing shadows away. His mercy is new every single morning. Hold on to this promise with all you have. There is hope, even in the deepest night. A hope anchored in God's faithfulness. Through faith and prayer you find strength. Strength to endure the stormy waters. Strength to wait for God's timing. Strength to overcome life's challenges. And ultimately you will find peace. Not necessarily the absence of problems, but a deep, abiding peace in your soul. A peace that comes from knowing God. So take courage from David's journey. Embrace his honesty, his faith, his resilience.